Good evening, everyone. I would like to welcome everyone to the infamous Sylvia's channel. I have a special guest today. My special guest is Gloria Rodriguez. How are you, Gloria?
I'm good, Sylvia. I'm excited to be on your show and address your viewers today.
Thank you so much for accepting my invitation to be here. I'm so excited. I was able to get some questions for our viewer, but first, I would like to know a little bit about you.
Oh, sure. I'm a private attorney. I've been practicing in the state of Illinois. I'm based out of Waukegan, which is a northern suburb of Chicago. I have two offices here in Chicago, one right downtown and one in Lake County. I do what's called door law. Whatever has walked in my door the last 10 years, that's what I do. I'm a lawyer of the people. I advertise as a compassionate and innovative attorney because I
Your phone is breaking up. We didn't hear the last couple of words you say. Your phone was breaking up.
I said,
You're breaking up. Gloria, you're still breaking up. Yeah, you're still breaking up. You're still breaking up. You sound like a robot.
Interesting.
It is interesting, hasn't it? It's still breaking up. Oh. Gloria, maybe you might go out and come back in. Try going out and coming back in. See if that works.
Okay.
Thank you. All right, let's see if we can get this going, y'all. Yeah, she's gonna answer questions after, right? And Dom, I probably will bring you in today. Just be good, okay, Dom? Just be good. Y'all, hopefully. Yeah, they don't want her to speak. Why is it all of a sudden? Welcome, everybody. Just please hit the like button. Share this because she has a lot to tell us, y'all. A lot of our questions going to be answered today. A lot of our questions going to be answered today. Okay, Dom. All right. Oh, U.S. Network is here today. Hey, guys. We're just going to help. How's everyone doing this evening? I just want to, and you know, after this, Dottie will be on, but she might be on pretty late. How many people going to stay up late to hear Dottie's updates? Hello, good people. She has a lot. I mean, I was learning a lot from her on the phone. I'm talking to her, and she's giving some good information. Hey guys. We got 292 people in the chat. She's going to come back in. Hold on a second. Oh, there she comes. She's back. All right, Gloria. I hope this works now.
Same here. Same here.
Now, the
Yeah.
last thing I heard was your name.
Oh no, really?
Yeah. So you probably got to have to start again from the beginning of who you are. You said you're the people's, you take anyone that comes into the door. So I heard that part.
Oh, Sylvia, now I can't hear you. I could hear you
Can you hear
perfectly
me?
before.
Oh.
Oh no, Sylvia, I can't hear you at all.
You can't? Okay. You want to go back out and try it one more time? Because if you get a call, can you hear me now? Okay, I'm gonna kick you out and then see if you come back in, okay?
Oh, wait, I gotcha. I gotcha.
You
I
got
hear
me?
you.
Okay. All right.
Yay! Let's hope this stays on.
Yes.
Awesome. So I'm a Chicago-based attorney. I love what I do, and I just want to pass out information about this case.
Awesome. What other high-profile cases have you been involved in?
I have a few under my belt. In Chicago, I have quite a few. You might have heard a couple of years ago an actor named Jussie Smollett had an incident with my clients, the Osundairo brothers. So
Oh, the brothers. Okay.
Yeah, I'm their attorney.
Okay. So is that an open case right now still?
It's still, yeah. We're still trying to get trial dates for that case.
Okay. So your clients are defense, or are they plaintiff in the case?
They're witnesses.
They're witnesses. Okay. Oh, got you. All right. Now, I did get a couple of questions in regarding to with some of my subscribers, and not everybody has submitted questions, but I do have a young man who I call him my son as well as my YouTube attorney. He'll be coming in with us just to have conversation and to because he knows how to ask these questions. So I'm going to let him talk to you in regarding to some of the things that our subscribers really want to know in regard to Robert's case. I understand you representing Diane Copeland. Is that correct?
That's correct.
Okay. Now, as far as the case is going on, I know there's a lot of things you cannot talk about because it's an ongoing case, but can you share with me your thoughts of the things that you see in this case as far as how things are done and ran and, just a little bit of insight?
Yeah, I've been watching the show and following along. I think the biggest thing for people to remember that a court of law can only consider the evidence that is presented within it. And it seems that a lot of your viewers, they have so many tidbits of information, and yet what is allowed to be presented to the jurors has to follow what we call the rules of evidence. And so when you hear in like the transcripts, you hear different attorneys objecting to the form. There is a certain way that these questions need to be posed so that they are allowed to be properly admitted into evidence. And so I think people forget how formal court is. It's one of the most formal things you'll ever do. It's one of the most formal things we have in our society. And so every ounce of evidence that is brought before the jurors requires so much preparation and so much skill on both sides, whether you're on the prosecution side or the defense side. It takes a lot of time and energy and work just to get to the trial phase. And then once you're there, you got to bring your A game. So I want your viewers to remember there's a lot of technicalities that we have to really follow when we're in a court of law.
Okay, understandable. One of my viewers just recently asked that, were you representing? If you can't answer, and that's fine, but I got to put it out there because they did ask this question. They asked, were you representing Azriel as well as Joycelyn?
Yeah, that was what, in July of 2019. I had gotten involved with them for a little while, and you know, it's a small community of lawyers in Chicago that that do this kind of work. I have experience handling a lot of the media, especially with the Smollett case. That was kind of a big media circus. So I helped out there, and I got to meet them. The civil courts and the criminal courts are very distinct. And so you have to remember the venue of where you are is very important. So federal court versus state court versus circuit court versus municipal court, there are all these different venues. And so Chicago is kind of like a big small town. Everyone kind of ends up knowing everyone.
Okay, so that was back in 2019, not in the current situation now. You didn't represent her now.
Correct.
Okay. Okay, I'm gonna go through some of these text messages that I got from my subscribers, and then I'm gonna put the link in for Dom to come in. His name is Dom K. I want him to come on in, and we're gonna do like a tag team type of thing. We're not tag teaming you, but we're just gonna. Okay, so I don't forget some of the questions that some of my subscribers has submitted. Okay, first question I have here, it says here, for me to ask you, with Robert's racketeering charges based around bribery linked to Jane Doe #1 and sexual exploitation of children, multiple Jane Does and John Does, what must the government show to the jurors? So far, the old tour manager has testified that Robert had no knowledge of arranging bribe to the court official. I know that's a long question, but
I think what that viewer is kind of getting at is how does the federal government bring charges like that against one person? I think the essence of their question is trying to pinpoint how we got here in the first place.
yes.
So, and that's a great question for that person to be wrapping their arms around the judicial process in general. So let's break it down. The indictment that was handed out by the federal government in the Eastern District of New York, it's claiming that Robert Sylvester Kelly created this enterprise, created this circle of people that got together to do his bidding, right? They're basically alleging that Robert was the mastermind behind performing these illegal acts, and that's where they named them down the road, right? The different counts that you have, those are specific instances of conduct that they attribute to the ringleader, and in this case that would be Robert. So under this RICO Act, which is it's a statute, right? It's not a common law, it's something that was created by Congress. Under this statute, you are allowed to penalize or charge the person at the top of this organization as if they were the ones carrying out all of the violations of the law underneath it. What does that mean? Well, consider The Godfather, right? In The Godfather, he wasn't the one pulling the trigger, so to speak, against anyone who went against him. He was the one ordering the hits. And so when you go to a court of law and you're charging the person who actually pulled the trigger, if that person beats their case, or if that person turns, or if that person ends up the classic example is they disappear, then how do you ever get to the ringleader? How do you get to the godfather? Because he wasn't the one who pulled the trigger. He wasn't the one breaking down the door at the bank. He was probably sitting at home comfortably, smoking a cigar. That's the idea of like this mobster rule. And so this RICO Act allows you not only to go to the top of the food chain, so to speak, in this illegal enterprise, but it allows you to do away with the statute of limitations. So that's where we get the Jane Does. That's where we get Aaliyah's case from the late 90s. You can't bring these claims in a regular state court because they would be barred, meaning they'd be prohibited because they're too old. There's a statute of limitations that prevents them from being litigated. Now, why, right? Why do we even have a statute of limitations? The idea behind that was that it's not fair to a defendant to have to produce evidence in a case against them when it's so far remote from the date of the incident. And so statute of limitations are set by law. In most jurisdictions, you're looking at about a 2-year window in civil cases. Some crimes have 10 years, some other ones have 5. It really depends on the crime, and a lawyer can look that up for a client very quickly. But in RICO cases, they were able to kind of sweep that statute of limitations under the rug and go after him and charge him for things that are, 20 years old. So putting all that together, I'm quoting Steve Greenberg here. It's a perversion of the statute. I'm not saying I agree with that, but one can understand that argument that this law, I don't think intended to include a celebrity who has, kind of like the privileges that being a celebrity brings with it. And I don't want people to read into that statement incorrectly, but
But doesn't it seem like it's such an unfair thing to do to someone like that's a celebrity status? It seems like they're trying to make him the poster child of this RICO for celebrities type of thing.
Well, let's really look at the motivation, right? Why make Robert Kelly the poster child of this RICO thing? Why do that? Well, it's a creative use of this law. Number one, I think it's unprecedented. Number two, look at the climate. We're in a Me Too movement era, and there was the Mute R. Kelly movement, that hashtag, and then we have this Lifetime documentary. That in itself, if you think about it, if you look through our celebrity obsessed culture, that in and of itself was unprecedented. To have a movement to silence a celebrity for these allegations, right? That in itself was new in our culture. And so this documentary comes out, and what resulted from that was Kim Fox, who is the state's attorney in my jurisdiction in Cook County. She filed this lawsuit against him in state court, and that was the first domino to hit. It was the state court claims.
So do you think it's like a revenge type of thing? Well, not think, but I feel it might be a revenge type of thing because of him.
My answer is probably going to offend some of your viewers. I think that as publicly elected officials, right, step into the shoes of Kim Fox, step into the shoes of your local politicians. If you have an outcry of a group of people saying that somebody is a danger to society, whether it's true or not true, I think it behooves you to investigate. And Kim Fox and I, obviously through the Smollett matter, I know her office very well. I practice in that jurisdiction regularly. I think for her, she had to do something to look at this, because this is right in our hometown, right? This is right here in Chicago. So I don't know that she was retaliating. I don't know that she had any ill will. I'm sure, given her age, she probably grew up with R. Kelly's music, like many of us. But I think she felt like she had to do something and investigate, and that's how our judicial code works. That's how our society works. When there's this outcry of allegations against someone, we investigate.
Okay, all right. The next question from this individual is, Don, do you have a question so I can go ahead through mine?
Hi, Dom.
How's it going today?
I'm good. I'm good. Nice to meet you on the show.
Yes, you as well. Thank you for coming on and allowing me to, just ask some questions or whatever. Thank you.
It's my pleasure. I want to really help the community understand the legalities behind it. I'm not here to advocate for any side. But I do feel like so many of the questions, and I've read the chat when I could. It seems like they're starving for some legal knowledge and some legal education, and specific to this case, because remember, this is not a civil case, and a lot of what people know about our judicial system kind of comes from movies, and it's just that it's a movie for a reason, you know.
Right, right. So I just came on and I caught a little bit of what you were saying. I don't know. I guess I can just go after Sylvia, or I don't know how you want to. I just wrote down some questions that I had, and then I was looking in the chat as well. So Sylvia, it's totally up to you.
Well, we could do bouncing, like you ask a question, I ask a question. We could do it that way.
Okay. Well, I'll just go down like my list, and then she can expound on that, and then you can go, or whatever. So my first question was, how long have you been representing Diana Copeland?
Diana reached out to me, I want to say in about March of 2019. So since
Okay.
then.
Okay. And what made you want to represent her, if you don't mind? And you don't
Yeah,
have
no,
to respond if you don't, if you say I don't want to answer, whatever, that's totally fine. I just
don't worry, Don. I won't if I don't want to.
Okay. Alrighty.
Diana is a lovely person. She called my office, and we had a real heart to heart. And this is something I want your viewers to know. Hiring the right lawyer is the most important step in your legal case. Okay. That's the first, second, and third most important decision that you have in any case you have: family, divorce, traffic, immigration, whatever it is. Find the right lawyer. Now, how do you find the right lawyer? Well, you can hire the lawyer with the most awards, the most expensive lawyer, whatever that means to someone. You can hire the lawyer that went to the best schools. The right lawyer for you is going to be the lawyer that you get along with. And that's usually when you have good chemistry. Okay, it's almost like a little mini marriage. The right lawyer for you is going to understand you from your marrow all the way out. They're gonna you meet with them, and you'll be like, you know what, I'm comfortable speaking to them. I agree with how they're gonna bill me. They have a real skin in the game. And so that's why I'm word of mouth. If you want to hire me, most people, they get my name because they've had some kind of personal interaction with me, or they know someone who's seen me in action, and they say, I want to hire her. It's really the best way to hire a lawyer. And so Diana and we spent a lot of time on the phone, and I just really felt like I could help her, which is my first threshold question when I take on a client is, can I help them? And then the second one is, do I get along with them? And I've had to turn down some big cases where I've said, you know what, sir, I think you probably given this case, you probably will feel more comfortable with so and so, or another man, or whatever. Um, that's me caring about the individual and about their case. You have to feel right with your lawyer. And so Diane and I we meshed, and I'm grateful I consider her a friend in addition to a client.
Okay. And then also, I agree with you. I do believe that you have to have, a good relationship with your client, just being as an attorney. Now, what type of attorney are you?
I'm a general practice law firm. I do trial work mostly. Within my office, I was telling Sylvia earlier, I say we do door law. Whatever has walked through my door in the last 10 years, the best lawyer you are, and I'm sure you'll agree with me, Dom, the best that we are as lawyers, it's right after we graduate from law school and we take the bar. Because we really know a little bit about everything. We know torts, we know real estate, we know contracts, we know criminal law. A lawyer just means someone who's learned in law. And so we're the best at that when we're fresh. And then you get hired by a firm and they do criminal law, or they do family law, or they do domestic violence or corporate. And you start going down that one lane. And 5 years after you've been licensed and you're working, that's all you know. You stay in your lane, you do your continuing legal education, and that's kind of like your sphere. I knew I didn't want to do that. I wanted to keep on top of my toes. I wanted to stay fresh. And so I opened up my practice when I was 28 years old and said, I am going to take cases where I know I can help that person. And if I don't know how to do it, my specialty is figuring it out. And if I can't figure it out within 2 or 3 days, then I find someone who can help me figure it out, or we figure it out together. And oftentimes those are the most rewarding cases. I had never done an unemployment appeal before, and a good client who I had done some work for his mom, he came and he said, "Can you help me out, Gloria? I have a deadline in like 4 days, and I kind of slept on this." And I said, "No problem. Let me read the rules on it." It was like 300 pages. I sat down with a cup of tea. I got to work. I figured it out, and we won. And that was like a $10,000 benefit to my client.
Wow, that's awesome.
Okay.
Go ahead, Sylvia.
All right. My question is, someone was asking, isn't it a conflict of interest with you having to represent AZ and then Copeland now?
I don't represent AZ. That's a great question, but I don't represent AZ, and their interests were not adverse to each other when I did for that brief amount of time.
Okay.
I hear I was looking at the chat here, and someone's saying, "What public outcry?" And they keep repeating it. So let me heal their wounds there. I'm not saying it was a public outcry, but I'm saying there was a movement, and that was that hashtag Mute R. Kelly, and that's what led to that documentary. So I don't want that person to feel offended. Let's see, Joycelyn Williams. Yeah, I'm talking about the social media that revolved around those allegations, and that's what kind of made a market for that Lifetime documentary to exist.
Right. No, I knew what you were saying, but people in the chat, they have questions. Just going along the point as far as since they brought up that you did represent. Now, did you represent Joycelyn and AC, or was it just one, or at that time?
At that time in July of 2019, it was the both of them.
Both of them, okay. And then what was the purpose? Like, what was just.
Yeah, if you remember, that was right when Mr. Kelly had been arrested, and so the media had been all over the place. If memory serves me correctly, this was right after that Gayle King interview, and so they needed some help with the media. They wanted some legal counsel revolving that bond hearing. And so it was a very brief representation, but I explained to them kind of the procedures of bond court in the Northern District of Illinois, which is right in Chicago.
Okay. Now, because I remember as of recently, they were kind of people were getting confused with if you were representing one of them, or they were saying, the current attorney Nicole was representing them. So it was you, not Nicole.
Correct.
Okay. So I just wanted to clear that up. And then also, when did you stop representing them? Like what was, I know you said July you represented them, you started, and then when did you end?
For that specific case, September of 2019.
Oh, okay. Cool.
Yeah, it was very brief.
Oh, okay. And then also, sorry, I'm kind of just switching gears everywhere because I just wrote down questions and I'm kind of looking in the chat. So don't mind me if I'm kind of just popping around, if that's okay.
No, no problem.
Well,
Okay.
I'll chime in because I have questions
go
over
ahead.
here too. Remember?
Yeah, go ahead, Sylvia.
Okay. Someone was asking about, and I know you probably don't know anything about it, so I'm gonna throw the disclaimer out here for you. But they're gonna ask you that they ask this question. Says here, they asked, how could you find out about the marriage license? So I guess they're talking about Aaliyah's marriage license.
I'm not quite sure I understand their question.
Okay, we can move on.
That's okay. How can we find out about the marriage license? I don't think it's disputed that it was like not accurate, the marriage license itself.
Okay. Now, the other question is, how do you feel? This is your feeling, not how do you feel the feds provided their case so far as a RICO charge, and why?
Oh my. I genuinely don't want to give an answer to that, and I'll tell you why.
That's fair.
There is a lot of information that is out there that I'm catching up on still. Okay. Remember that as an attorney, my loyalty is to my client. And so as much as I wanted to follow every filing, every testimony, every transcript that was being released, I just couldn't. I had other things to do. I have other obligations. So I don't feel that I am qualified at this point to render an opinion, just because I know maybe about 60% of the other issues in the case. I know 100% of the issues that involve my client, but only about 60% of, the rest of the trial. So I don't think it'd be wise for me to give an opinion when I haven't been fully versed in all the transcripts.
Okay, fair. The other question I have is in regarding to your client. Some people feel that your client is part of the setup against R. Kelly. So, in your representation, are you like against Robert right now, or?
I am always in favor of our judicial system. I am in favor of somebody having the right to defend themselves. Okay. And I'm also in favor of them being able to rely on the outcome that is given by jurors. Okay. And this actually came up with Diana in her interview with Michael. What do you do when someone's acquitted of 21 charges of child pornography? Do you still use the allegations against them? Does that give you the right to bring that up? And it's like, well, in our judicial system, when you are found not guilty, you are allowed to use that. You're allowed to have that label. You've earned it. So I don't know that Diana Copeland is part of any vast conspiracy. I certainly wasn't given that impression. Diana is in the position she's in because she worked for Mr. Kelly for so many years. That's really the only reason why she's an important player in this. It's from her experience and her exposure in this case.
Okay.
Thank you.
Fair enough.
Thank
Fair
you for
enough.
that. Okay, Dom, it's your turn.
Oh, sorry. What now? Was she ever? Did they ever threaten her to bring charges against her? Was she forced to testify, or did they, want to bring any charges against her?
There was no charges levied against Diana Copeland. I want to make that very clear. Never a threat of any charges. No, I mean, and that makes sense, right? Let's always take a step back from salacious details. Let's think about it. Diana, in the scope of her employment, and she's been very clear about this, she wasn't asked to do anything illegal. And she's gone on the record to say that even if she had been asked, she wouldn't have done it. That's her code. That's who she is. And so the question really becomes, what are you going to do when you're asked to come before a group of your peers and tell the truth about something you know? And so I'm going to repeat to you what she said to me the first time I met her. She said, "Gloria, I'm not here to advocate, I'm here to educate. I am here to educate people on what I know." And if you read her transcripts in totality, there's some points that kind of go against Robert, and there's some points that work in Robert's favor. She was there to tell the truth as she remembers it, the personal knowledge that she has from the experiences that she lived firsthand. If you consider the witnesses as a collective source, she was not impeached at all. Neither side impeached her. Meaning neither attorney on either side found anything that she had to say inconsistent with anything she said previously. And you consider that that's the job of both sides when you have a witness that is either for or against the person that you're trying to put in the hot seat. Yeah. So I think that speaks a lot to her character.
Yeah. Gloria, on that question, I was in the courtroom in the overflow, and at one point, Robert started to cry, and I was like, wow, their relationship was so close that to me, it felt like somebody's finally telling the truth. Because, when she was talking about how people were doing certain things to him, and I saw a tear come out of his eyes. So I was like, wow. No one knew him as well as she did during the time of her working there, even though they had their little bumps and hits and things like that. But I saw the compassion for one another.
Oh, it was a beautiful thing. This is purely my opinion. I was maybe, I would say 25 feet away from Robert during her testimony. The way that I was positioned in the courtroom, it's at the end of the jury box. The witness comes from a door that's kind of behind the judge. So the jurors are sitting in the peanut gallery, which is normally where the public would sit. They're all spread out there. Then you have the defense table, you have the prosecution's table. That's typical layout. And so the witness comes out from behind, and they sit on the first seat of the jury box. And so the lawyer sits on the other end of that jury box. And me being me, I wanted to be as close to my client as possible. So I grabbed that chair where it was stationed already, and I moved it all the way up. And I told Diana, I'm going to be right here for you. If you need anything, just wave and I'll stop the proceeding and I'll attend to you. So sitting from where I was on the same parallel line, if you will, with Robert. And I think what got him so emotional was listening to Diana explain some of the things that she knew. And unfortunately, it did contradict a lot of what the other witnesses were saying. And in that contradiction, I think Robert felt that his truth was being explained for the first time. And so as I was watching him, I you almost saw it. It was like this weight had just been lifted off his head, like off his shoulders. And he sat up in his chair, and you just saw the tears rolling down the bridge of his nose on the mask, and he's wiping away. And it was something to see as just another fellow human. And obviously the other lawyers in the room, they're all doing their lawyery thing, and I don't have to concern myself with objecting to the form of the question or what evidence exhibit is next. For me as the lawyer in that position, I was a spectator, really, watching Robert and watching my client kind of have this dance between each other, where she's talking about an experience that she lived with Robert, and Robert just being there to listen to it. It was, I will never forget that moment for the rest of my life.
Yeah, I cried. I'm a crybaby. If you see my channel, I cry about everything. So right now, you about making tears come out of my eyes right now. I'm going to switch it over to Dom now. Go ahead, Dom.
I got to add something
Wow.
to that, Sylvia.
Yeah, go
Let
ahead.
me add that. I had a brief moment just to speak to Devereaux Canick. He is such a class act, such a gentleman. He just wanted to check in with me and say thank you for coming. I mean, just a real gentleman. And I said, of course, she came here to tell the truth. Whether that was going to hurt somebody's case, help their case, she came here to tell the truth. And so he was really appreciative of that. And he said, Rob was bawling. And I said, during the testimony, I saw him crying. And he said, no, when I explained to him, like, the gravity of, like, the testimony in totality, he was just bawling. And so it goes to show you that this is a man. This is not just some celebrity icon that gave us the soundtrack of our youth. This is still a man with feelings and with emotions, and who is experiencing this from a very difficult place.
Wow, that's powerful. Man, yeah, that's got to be a relief off of his chest, especially seeing all these people who haven't said anything positive. That's heartbreaking. Has your client what is her thoughts and feelings regarding like the other witnesses? Like what does she think? Does she think it's crazy? Like what is her thoughts on that?
I want to be respectful of my confidences with Diana. I think that would be a better question to ask her directly.
Okay. Yeah, I respect that. Okay.
When the time comes, if and when, I'm Diana has a great answer to that, but I don't think I have the authority to share that.
Okay. I completely agree and I understand that. Just now I'm kind of going to switch over to the I have people were asking what is your take on the judge? I know people were saying that the judge is being a little biased as far as the sustains and overrules. Can you speak on how does that work? Like, is there a limit of overrules and sustains, or how does that work in the courtroom?
Well, so here's the thing. The judge is not trying to force a verdict either way. I think from a layman's perspective, someone who's a non-lawyer, you might be looking at objections being sustained as some kind of like point, right? Like some kind of point keeping. And it doesn't serve that function. To the jury, they sometimes don't even know what the objection is about. And so it goes back to the rules of evidence. If it was just that easy, right, to ask questions about someone or about their experience, then really anyone would do it. But when you go to law school and when you have the experience of being in a trial, what makes you a trial attorney is that you learn to ask the question in the way that it follows the rules of evidence. So if you ask a question that doesn't, conform to these rules, then the other side gets to object. And that doesn't mean you can't necessarily go there or ask that question. It just means you either need a question before that question to grow the answer, or you need a question that clarifies the point that you're trying to make before you get to that question, or it just means you need to rephrase the question because it the way that you ask it maybe leads the witness, and there's only certain occasions where you're allowed to lead the witness, and that's on cross-examination. So you have to keep in mind that when you're asking these questions, the other side has the right to object, and the judge, she's not keeping track of how many objections got sustained on Devereaux's side or Liz Geddes' side. The judge is just looking at each question independent of itself and whether or not it followed the rules of evidence. And I've disagreed with the judge on some of them, and I've agreed with her on some of them too. It's a matter of interpretation. The reason we have a court reporter and the reason we have transcripts is because if the judge gets it wrong, then there's another judge, an appellate judge, who gets to review that. And if it's a very serious objection that she got wrong, we call that a material objection, then that gives way for it to be remedied in that next level challenge, meaning like the appeals court.
Okay. Wow. But it just seemed as if the judge, well, I'm giving you from a layman's term and view. It just seemed as if the judge seemed like it was more on the prosecution side, because I kept hearing more objection and she said overrule all the time for whenever Kanik was saying something. And then I was like, okay, what happened to the same for us? It's just like, okay, we're losing here. That's the way I saw it. And I know it's not the right way, but that's the way I saw it.
I'll tell you. So she didn't want, what was it? She didn't want Devereaux to ask Diana about like some of the songs, some of the lyrics, calling him daddy. Devereaux was told no, don't go there, and Devereaux, being the good defense attorney that he is, kept going there anyway. So it gives the watcher or the observer the appearance that the judge is going like not in favor of the defense. But you got to keep it in context, right? It's like, think of a parent who has two kids, and the one kid is following all the rules. Is the parent going to be chastising the kid who's following all the rules, or is the parent going to be chastising the other kid who is refusing to brush his teeth and refusing to put his socks on and refusing to do whatever it is that parent wants them to do? And so from the outside observer, one person might say, well, look at that parent, he or she is really on that child who is not listening. And yet, really, it's that the child's not listening and is kind of like warranting that. And so in most cases, and in most criminal cases, the defense attorney is going to try to take as much as they can. They're going to try to color outside those lines at every opportunity. So in a way, you are inviting the judge to chastise you. And again, the goal of a defense attorney is not to prove their client's innocence. Not at all. We don't have to do that for a second. We don't even have to present a case. Our job is to poke holes in the state's case, in the government's case, and to make sure that they prove their case. We got nothing to prove here. Robert Kelly sits in the defendant's seat, an innocent man. It is what, 6:53 here in Chicago. He is an innocent man, as we are all talking here today. His innocence is presumed, and it is the government's job to prove that he's guilty. So that's why defense attorneys end up getting chastised. We're supposed to. So keep that in mind.
But you know what, Gloria, but that's the thing that's hard for these people that are opposed against him, can't understand in their head that he's innocent. No matter what your opinions are, he's innocent. And I keep telling them that all the time. He's an innocent man, but they're like, oh, he's guilty. You go, no, he's not. That hasn't been proven.
Exactly. Innocent till proven guilty. And I stand behind that principle so strongly. All my criminal defendants are innocent people. I don't have to prove their innocence to anybody. They are innocent until somebody proves them otherwise, and a jury or a judge accepts that. So, I like this judge. She's funny. She kind of takes things in stride, but people are going to kind of run with their narrative. She didn't get to that job by not being a good judge. Let's just say that. That's an appointment job. It's a federal judgeship. You don't get there without some serious brain power and some excellent credentials.
Exactly.
Okay. Now, can your client or will your client be brought in for the defense? If you can speak to that.
That's a great question. I genuinely don't know. I've been asked all day about that, and even my own client. we just don't know yet, and I think the list is due soon. But I don't know yet.
Okay.
So
it
is. I'm sorry. So it is a possibility for both sides? I did not know that.
Yeah, so a witness that is called by the government, it's fair game for the defense if they want to call them. It's totally, yeah, it's their choice if they want to. In fact, in many of my own cases, whenever I make my witness list, number one on my witness list is anyone and everyone that the government called. That's number one on my list. Yeah.
Okay. It's something I need to learn that one. Okay.
Interesting. Okay, so just kind of something along those lines. What or how does it work, or what is your take on the prosecution bringing in witnesses that that are not credible and have lied, or are convicted, or convicted for perjury? How much weight does that hold, or what is your take on that?
So the government has the right to call anyone they feel has relevant information to the nature of the dispute. And I want to kind of I want everyone to take a step back and consider that at the end of the day, it's whoever has information, personal knowledge, not secondhand, but direct personal knowledge about the facts that are found in the dispute, whether that person is served time in jail for whatever, whether that person is a homeless bum, whether that person is a CEO of some Fortune 500 company, they're all treated the same in the eyes of the law. And that threshold question is, do you have personal knowledge of the disputed facts in this case? That's it. So I think so many people kind of look at these witnesses and strip them down into they're good for us, they're bad for us. And that's not what lawyers are doing as we're preparing cases. We're looking at whether or not they have something to contribute to whether a dispute is more likely true or not true. Is it more likely true or not true that Robert directed people to creating a sex cult or something, right? Is that more likely true or not true? And what witnesses can we get to either dispel that or to prove that? That's really the guiding light in how we go. And you have to take those witnesses as you find them. Maybe they don't have the best record. maybe they don't have, you know, somewhere to live. Maybe their motives are, you know, salacious. Whatever have you. We have to take the evidence as we find them, and it's up to the jury at the end of the day to figure out whether their background, their credibility, their motives, whether that taints their interpretation of the facts.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, and I just want to let everyone know, I do have to run here soon, Sylvia. So
Okay,
I can
go
take
ahead, Sylvia.
5 more minutes of questions.
Okay, because I know the birthday girl wants her birthday together tomorrow, so we won't get you to miss the stores from closing, okay?
Oh, you got it. My little girl Tessie is turning 5 tomorrow, so I had
Tell
to
her
come
happy
back.
birthday.
Happy birthday.
Oh, I will. Thank you.
Okay, so we're gonna do one last question. We want a big question, Dom. Let's find a big question.
Okay.
A juicy question.
Okay, I can. Okay, so I have one if you don't mind, Sylvia. But
No, go ahead.
okay, so just from what the evidence and everything that you have seen, do you think that they've proven racketeering and Mann Act violations?
Again, that kind of goes to the question that I had to put to the table on the side. Only because, again, my focus, my world was on Diana Copeland and
Yeah,
her
no worries.
testimony. I just don't feel well informed as to the whole trial to answer that. But when both sides rest, I am happy to come back on and share my opinion.
Okay,
Thank you
we're
so
gonna
much.
count on you on that one.
Hold me to it. There you go.
Okay. Well, thank you so much, Gloria, for taking the time out with us. And because I don't want to burn my bridges with you, so I'm going to let you go. So I do appreciate that you've taken the time out for us. And thank you. Thank you so much. And you have educated us a great deal. Oh, there was one question. Hold on, one question.
Sure.
I'm sure you heard about the blogger who was getting information from the prison. How does that really work? So how come I haven't heard anything in court about that?
Oh man, what I heard was just a little pop-up on Twitter about that one of the prison officials was leaking classified, or not classified, but some of the information about Robert's defense. I can't imagine that was worth it to that individual, because not only are they facing criminal charges for violating their policies and procedures, but you're taking part in really violating someone's privacy and their right to privacy, and you're working in that government position. I don't know how you wake up in the morning and not feel bad hurting another human like that. But I think that person's psyche kind of represents a bigger problem, and it's that celebrities are people too.
Yeah.
You know, they may seem untouchable, and maybe it looks like they don't bleed, but they're humans too. They put their pants on just like we do, and they cry when they hear things that touch them. So yeah, I can't imagine that in the moment that person was thinking clearly. And how does it happen? Well, I think whatever motivated them to do it unfortunately wasn't stronger than their own moral compass, and that's a shame.
Great. Well, thank you again. You have an awesome day, an evening, and tell the birthday girl I say happy birthday again, okay? We'll see you again soon. Have a good one, okay?
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. It was nice meeting you.
All right. Bye-bye, Gloria.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Ciao.
Bye. All right, guys. That was awesome. Thank you, Don, for being my co-host.
Yeah, no worries.
So, guys, what do you think? What do you think, Don? Let's just have a discussion after
Wow. I really wanted to ask one more, but it was cool. I wanted to ask if that was her client, would she, just from the case, would she think, or would she recommend that R. Kelly take the stand? But we could do that.
You
Yeah,
could do
that's
that because she's gonna come back once they rest. Once both
okay.
sides rest, she's coming back. Just like my other lawyers are coming back.
Okay.
So
Yeah, I
whew,
think that was good. That was
that
very
was pretty good. What do y'all think, guys? What
yeah,
do y'all think? I told you I'd get them. I'm gonna get some more. Watch. I told y'all I'd gonna get them.
Yeah, I was shocked when I was, I kind of was
I
just
told
in the
you, gonna,
chat.
I got some shockers for y'all coming
Yeah,
up. Y'all
that's
say I
dope.
don't do no work.
That's dope. You've been putting in the work.
No,
And
I'm
it's
putting in the work. I got one that I want. I really want this one, and I'm gonna get the other one. So we're gonna.
right. Right. I'm trying to get you one too. Remember, I'm not gonna say who, but
Yeah.
yeah,
Don't say who, but
I'm gonna
yeah.
try that. I'm gonna try that person.
I know you're gonna get them for me. But
Yeah, I want
anyway,
to.
guys, thank you guys. We had over 800 something people in here. I hope you guys got a chance to really listen. Even the ops, y'all. Remember, I keep telling you guys, Robert is innocent. I keep telling you freaking people, Robert is innocent. Okay, hold on. Gotta get the call-in numbers. Hold on. I gotta get the phone. Hold on.
Yeah, I liked her. I liked her for sure. She gave, an insight from the legal perspective of things. So,
Yeah,
that
but
was
she
good.
also said that in terms, like she was explaining to me that we're going by our own understanding certain things, but there's procedures that they have to follow. And if you're not following those procedures of evidence, it's not it's not our feelings, So
Exactly.
she talked to me about it before she came on. And we've been behind the scene chatting.
Yeah, she seems like a very like she's very knowledgeable and a great attorney.
Yeah, she
You
is.
you don't become an attorney at 28 years old and open up your own firm. So clearly
Yeah.
she's doing something right.
She's doing it, and she's getting some high profile cases.
Exactly. So shout out to her.
Yeah, shout out. And some more is coming, y'all. It's just that they can't. A lot of the lawyers I've been talking to can't talk about the case because it's in litigation right now. And it's hard for them to give their opinion because they got people looking and can't do that.
Right.
Judges either. They can't do that.
Right. Yeah, I'm glad I caught that because I've been busy. Today's Friday and I clicked your thing, you're live, and I was like, wow. And then you offered me to come on. I said, oh yeah, I want to come
You
on.
know I was gonna bring you on.
Yeah, I had to come on, ask a few questions. So that was dope.
Just stay tuned, guys. Subscribe, send those likes up because that's how let me tell you, because you guys started clicking those that's how Gloria started watching my channel. She started watching my channel. She's seen you guys. And then she reached out to me when I put my phone number in. So there are people reaching out, and I told you guys, y'all guys keep those likes and share, because they will reach out to me. They will, because they like this channel. They said this channel is a very positive channel. We don't do all that extra stuff, the cussing and all that. That's why I'm so strict on you guys about this. I got too many people in places that are watching this channel, and we gotta kind of keep it professional. And I told y'all we got those age between 45 and 70. They don't want to hear all that extra stuff,
Right. It's
So
a
we
time
gotta
and
be good.
place.
We gotta be good.
It's a time and place. Because me and Gucci and Marshall, Randa, sometimes, it's hard for us, but we, time and place.
Look at Dottie. Dottie say, cousin, you talking about me? No, I'm not just talking about you, Dottie. I'm talking about all the others, like a Gucci and, the ones that don't listen. Here you go. Look,
Yeah,
look at
I be doing that.
Gucci.
What's up, Dottie? So what time is Dottie coming?
Dottie, are you on the plane or what is going on? Because we could close this out and come back and do you.
Right. That's what I would say, end this live and then, come back and do another one.
So I want to see what Dottie says first. Hold on. Okay. Dottie, what is your, what do you say? Yeah, the feds are watching us too. Trust me. That's why they making it hard for me to get the transcript. She's on the plane. She's on the
Okay.
plane.
What
They're
time
making
will
it
you?
hard for me to get the transcript. But we still getting it, guys. We got to get the rest of those transcript now. Come on, get those transcripts. We got to get them. And y'all been slacking with the money. You know that, right? I've
Right.
been slacking, and I know because you're hearing people with the negativity. Let's not. What is it? Don't spite your face. Don't cut off your finger to spite your face or something like that. Is that what they say? No, the old folks like
I don't
don't.
know.
Well, I
I'm
don't know what they
young.
say.
I'm young. I don't know.
Oh, there he go. There he
That's the
go.
wrong person.
There he go.
Nah, but
There he go. There he
what
go.
are you gonna? Someone said that they're trying to call in, or do you have the
Oh, okay.
call?
I'm sorry. The call-in number is 770-856-3091. 770-856-3091. Call in.
Yeah, but also
Don't.
too, Sylvia, I haven't been able to tell you I've been busy, but you're doing a great job. Don't pay these people no mind, and just keep focused. That's all. You're doing
Yeah.
a great job. So
Dottie said they're releasing the transcript. Oh, we got a call coming in. Hold on.
I'll mute.
Thank you for calling Infamous Sylvia. Who do I have the pleasure of speaking with?
Hey, Sylvia, this is
Hey.
Heru.
Hey.
I'm pretty sure you don't see me all up in your chat.
I saw you.
Yeah.
I admire you. You know that, right? From afar.
I'm your what?
I admire you from afar because I always see you on Twitter.
Oh, yeah, I'll be all over it. Yeah, but you know what? A lot of people see me on Twitter, and this ain't nothing toward you, but a lot of people see me on Twitter, and don't give me no acknowledgement at all.
See, I don't know how to use Twitter. If you ever notice, I've never used Twitter. I don't know how to use it.
So I appreciate you, Sylvia, because your lane is YouTube. So I mean, I haven't really seen you on Twitter like that. So it's certainly understandable.
I have never tweeted. I've never tweeted.
Exactly, that's what I'm saying. And same with Spit and Fire. Mm-hmm. She does have a Twitter page, but she doesn't really be on Twitter like that. So even though I might tag her in, certain posts that I put out there, if she doesn't respond back, I don't trip about it because I know that she's not really a big Twitter junkie. Mm-hmm. So the same thing with you. You know what I'm saying? If you're on Twitter like that and you don't really respond like that, I don't really trip about that. So most of the people who respond to me on Twitter, they don't really have like big followings on YouTube. So, it's cool. It's understandable. But that attorney, okay. Oh, man. I posted something on Twitter earlier today because, man, to see her client on Good Morning America. Well, actually, let me take that back. I didn't see her on Good Morning America. I actually saw a tweet from another prominent R. Kelly YouTuber who posted on her Twitter page. Mm-hmm. And she was like, such and such, she had an interview on Good Morning America and, da-da-da-da-da-da. And immediately, red flags just shot up. Because I was thinking to myself, I was like, so what was the purpose of you going on Good Morning America with number one? The trial it hasn't finished. There has been no verdict. He hasn't been vindicated. And then number two, what was number two? I can't even really remember what number two was right now. I just know the most important part was you're on Good Morning America and he hasn't even been vindicated yet. So what was the purpose? I mean, I actually got to look it up on Twitter and figure out what was the second part of it. But I was like, why was you there? It's like, and the person that responded to me was like, okay, well, it's not like she was on there and she was being negative and stuff like that. Maybe she got from R. Kelly's team that it was okay for her to go ahead and get on Good Morning America and, tell her side and stuff like that. But my thing is like, okay, what you did would have been a bigger benefit if you would have did that back in like January, early February 2019.
It's my understanding Robert did not want a lot of people to do that. That was my understanding. Right. That was like, especially with her, with everything, because they didn't know whether or not they were gonna call her and stuff like that. So that was my
Well, my personal,
I can certainly understand that. You really don't know at that particular point. So if you later on down the line end up being called to testify at trial and you say, okay, let me go ahead and let me just put it to you this way. Take what it is that you just said, right? Mm-hmm. And then apply that to Surviving R. Kelly drop. And you watch it and you see all of this stuff that's being put on the television screen. And you know that you done worked for this man for 15 years. And at the time that she probably worked from him, maybe the latest, the last year, maybe let's say around 2016, 2017. This was before all of that serious stuff started dropping. So you mean to tell me that by the time they dropped that Maki-series, and you know that the information that you're sitting on can contradict a lot of what it is that they put out in that docu-series, and you just sat by and you didn't say nothing whatsoever. You just said, you know what I'm going to do is I'm just going to wait. I'm just going to sit on it. Well, at that point, you don't know whether he's actually going to get indicted criminally or not. You're just saying that I'm just going to sit on it and I'm just going to wait for it. Well, look at it the same way that you would look at somebody like Cash Jones, who got all.
But you know what? I want to cut it in for a second. To me, her saying something right now after she has been on the witness stand has so much volume. It's more powerful now than it would have been before.
And to your point, Sylvia, that's exactly what I was getting at.
Help me to understand.
Because remember, they were not giving him. No, they were not. Listen, this is why the table's being turned right now. Before, the mainstream media was not giving any kind of attention to anybody who's talking positive about Robert. Okay. Go ahead, Dom.
Can he hear me or can
no,
he
he can't. I don't think he can hear you. Hold on, let me put your volume up. Hold on, Dom has something to say.
Okay.
Hold on, let me put you up. Hold on. Go ahead, talk now.
Can you hear me?
Yeah. Can you hear Dom?
Hello?
Yeah, go ahead, Dom.
Okay, well, I was just saying to your point, I think that she wanted to wait until because she was being called to the defense to the prosecution stand for her testimony, and I think, like you said, it holds more weight, as well as if if you're a witness, you can't just be all over, just being reckless and crazy, because then it's going to contradict your stories and all that sort of thing. And so that's what I think about the situation. And I mean, essentially, she helped out Rob's case. Period.
She did.
But I can see where I see like why he would think that. But when you really break it down, I think that's why she did it. That's just how I feel about it.
But I think it's more she's released to say something now too, because as a witness, you don't want it to be misconstrued later on. So they could use certain ways. Say you interviewed on something, you say one thing, they could use that against you later on. So now it's like she already did her part as a witness.
Exactly.
Okay.
Can he
You're
give
right.
his
I
Twitter name?
I can get that. But here's how I'm gonna flip it around on you. And this is something that I've said many times before on both Twitter and YouTube, because I've been in all type of people videos and lives on YouTube by R. Kelly. One of the main things that I pointed out is this: any competent lawyer would have advised all of these prosecution witnesses, you have the right to remain silent. Anything that you say can and be used against you in a court of law. So my thing is this: if you look at the judge Ann Donnelly, if you've allowed and you said nothing about the last 2+ years that this man has been locked up and you've been denying him bond, if you have not said anything, and I'm not going to say these people's names, but if you have not said anything to the parents for Jane Doe number 5, JS, y'all know who she is. If you haven't said anything about the one that's from Texas, I'm pretty sure y'all know who that is. The one that's from Illinois, whoever. If the last 2+ years you have not stepped out of the judge and said to the prosecution, look, you need to rein in these people that's running their mouth on TV and social media, and they're talking about this case and stuff like that. You need to rein these people in and tell them to shut up. Because on the flip side, when it comes to Robert Sylvester Kelly, trust and believe. When it comes to his defense team, that's exactly what I'm going to get on them about. So if you're saying that, oh, okay, well, we advocate for this particular person who worked for R. Kelly for 15 years, we advocate for her not to have come out early on and said nothing about what she said on the witness stand during the case. Okay, well, then the same thing applies to on the prosecution side. That doesn't make any sense for me. So you sit up here and you allow all of these people to run their mouth for all this period of time.
But she said positive stuff, though. Sir, but she said positive stuff, though. She said nothing negative about him. So I'm just confused as to where, if you're an R. Kelly supporter and it's free kills, that should make you happy. She testified, yesterday or a couple of days, whatever the day was. And so now is her time that she felt comfortable to speak out, because she did her duty being called to the witness stand. She said her truth, and then that's what it was. So I don't see how that is by her running her mouth as to that being, negative or hurting him. I think that's helping him. You see what I'm saying? I don't see.
No, Don, that's not what I'm saying. I'm not saying that this particular witness.
We got a couple of people calling in.
I'm not saying that she's the one that ran her mouth. I'm not saying her.
Okay,
what I'm talking about is
Hersu. We got a couple of people. You got 5 minutes. Finish off what you're gonna say, because I gotta take the calls. Okay.
Oh, okay. No, I'm not gonna be on call much longer. It's just Dom, no, I'm not saying that the young lady that worked for him for 15 years or whatnot, her being on GMA, and no, I'm not saying that she's the one that ran her mouth. What I'm looking at is that if you were somebody in her position, to me, I feel like a bigger benefit to R. Kelly would have been if you would have said something way earlier before he got actually indicted. Because by the time you coming out now and you saying what you're saying, he's already been through the ringer. He's already suffered. So whatever it is that you're saying now, whether you feel comfortable now or not, it don't matter. He's already suffered. He's already experienced irreparable harm to his reputation and his legacy, his income. He's already been locked up over 2+ years. So you coming out now and you saying what you saying, what benefit is that really going to do for him, especially because the trial isn't even over yet? So
I'll tell you why. I'll tell you why though.
Particular issue. That's it.
Right. I see your point, but I'm going to tell you why. Is because 2 years ago, he wasn't at trial. Okay. She actually, had she would have said this stuff 2 years ago, they would have just said, oh, she's an employee that was doing this with him. You understand what I'm saying? She got under oath in the court of law and said what she said. That holds weight. That says volumes about her testimony. You understand what I'm saying? Whether people, because people do lie. We understand that. But what I'm saying is, she got under oath and said it, and she felt comfortable to tell her truth. And that's what she said today. I mean, that's just what it is. I mean, and she said positive stuff. And I don't think we should harp on that or, try to overanalyze it. I think she did good, and just leave it at that and keep it pushing. You know what I mean? And not try to be on the negative side of things.
Okay, thank you for calling. I have a person that's been trying to call.
Sylvia, appreciate you. Love what you're doing. Miss Dottie, Don, appreciate you as well, and everybody else that contribute on your channel. One love, and y'all have a good night.
You too. Good night. Thank you for calling. Okay, gotta get the next one. Okay.
No doubt. Take care.
Thank you for calling Infamous Sylvia. Who do I have the pleasure of speaking with?
Hi, Sylvia.
Hi.
My name is Judy.
Hey,
and
Judy.
I'm a good friend of Diana and Gloria, and that was the reason I was listening today. I listen all the time, but I just had some insight for the gentleman that was asking questions on the phone.
Okay. The floor is yours.
Hi, guys. I wanted to call in because I wanted to give some insight to the gentleman that had a question as to why Diana had just come forward. And so I shared that I'm a friend of Diana's.
You're muted, Sylvia. We can't hear you. You have to unmute. Yeah.
Oh, I am.
No, that was me. Look, I'm muting, thinking I'm muted myself, but I end up muting you too. Yeah. I apologize. Sorry.
Okay, that's okay.
If you could just repeat it. Yeah.
Okay, great. I was just saying that I'm a friend I was on today to support Gloria. I'm a friend of Diana's, and I wanted to just give some insight to the gentleman who wondered why Diana came forward. A couple of people wanted to know why she's on GMA. We have to understand that we're working within a system. And let's start by saying who Diana is. She's worked with R. Kelly for 15 to 16 years. You don't get that close to celebrity if you're a person that's trying to get shine. So she's not trying to be at the forefront. She's not trying. All she wants to do is to get the truth out there. And when it was time to do that, that's what she did. And in accordance with the law, she waited until after she gave her testimony. She doesn't have to wait until after the verdict, is because she doesn't have anything to do with the verdict. It's in the hands of the jury, and hopefully the judicial system will be kind and they will give him a fair trial. And we still have the defense to come up, so that's something we have to look forward to. But it wasn't. She had an opportunity to participate in every media thing that's gone on, but that would not have benefited Robert in any way. So for her to have waited, that was really and truly in the best interest. I know fans are very concerned, but I just felt it was important. I called Sylvia, let you know, I've been calling, trying to get through, just to say that this was the time for her to come forward. And she furthered the cause by going on a public platform that would allow her to say even more than she said on the witness stand. So I hope you all take it for what it's worth. It wasn't conniving in any way. It has to be done in the right way in order to get the point across.
Yeah, I understand exactly what you're saying. I do understand.
Agreed.
Okay, well, thank you for the opportunity to say that. And I love your show, Sylvia. You and Daddy keep up the great work, and we can't wait to hear what happened in court today.
Okay, thank you so much. And your name again? I'm sorry.
I'm Judy. I have a couple of things that I'll be in the chat, because I actually was with Diana in New York. So I've been waiting to get back, and I just wanted to share with you all how that went, because it was a whirlwind, and you all don't know, it's super stressful. And, you know, for everyone involved, you guys can't even imagine what it's like. And so show grace and love, because God will prevail and things are going to work out according to his plan. Just know that.
Amen. Absolutely. Thank you so much, Judy.
Thank you, Sylvia. Thanks for all you do.
All right. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Take care.
Bye-bye. Thank you for calling Infamous Sylvia. Who do I have the pleasure of speaking with?
This is Cornelius Strong, Sylvia.
Hey, Cornelius. How are you?
Great. I was just listening. I think, just my opinion on the young lady that was on Good Morning America. I think she did a fantastic job. I think at this point, any positive news is great for Kels and for his fans, just to hear something positive instead of being addressed as a disgraced singer and such and such. So I enjoyed the young lady's interview today on the show, and I just wanted to say that, and thank you for the reading on yesterday.
And I will continue reading your poem every time I go on, so I hope it's okay with you.
Oh no! I mean, I would be glad for you to do that, because I'm not an out front type of person. So just to have it out to someone else reading it, I sort of just like to stay behind the scenes or whatever. So I'm just a big Kels fan, and like I said, a growing fan of yours. So
thank you. I appreciate you. Thank you, Cornelius.
Yes, ma'am. Keep up the good work.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, sir.
All right, Dom, go ahead. What were you going to say?
Oh no, I just think thank you guys for calling in to clarify that up, and I think they're absolutely right. I think it was perfect timing for her, to come out and tell her truth. Because we all know, not to be, but we know when you speak out and this, and the more you speak out, it gives people room to really dissect your what you said and things of that nature. So I think she did a great job, and it was perfect timing.
I think so too. I agree. God's time is the perfect time. That's what I say. So anybody else want to call in before I shut it down? And I'm going to shut it down in the next few minutes, because to be ready to.
I think you have to put the number, or say it again so people.
Oh, the number. Mods help 770-856-3091. 770-856-3091. Thank you, guys. Thank you, mods. Anybody else?
Randall wants the link. Yeah, keep doing great work, Sylvia. And I know, you're human, and people might make you mad and say things about you, but who even cares? Just keep locked in and doing what you're doing. You're bringing light to a lot of the situation with R. Kelly, and keep doing that.
Thank you, Dom. It means a lot from my son.
No doubt. My YouTube mom.
Yeah, you're a YouTube mom.
Yeah, man. So call in, people. Randa, hit the link.
Oh, I just missed the call. Sorry. Thank you for calling Infamous Sylvia. Who do I have the pleasure of speaking with?
Hello, Miss Sylvia. Hello, Don K. This is the Gooch.
Hey, Gooch.
Hey, Dad. Hey, man, y'all did a fantastic job, Don. You did a fantastic job. Sylvia, as usual, you did a fantastic. And Gloria, I really, really like the way she handled everything. Okay?
She'll be
back. You did a fantastic. She's a great person, and she answers question right. And just like when you had Joe Brown said he couldn't talk on the case because it's ongoing. Mm-hmm. No attorney is going to speak on it because, that's against moral respect. So let's just keep it up. That's all I want to say. I'm driving and I'm enjoying it. I'm waiting on Dottie though.
That's Dottie's coming in. Dottie's coming in. She said she might be in late.
Yeah, she's going to be in late because it's 3 hours. Yeah. She's leaving New York now. And it's like something, so she's going to be around midnight, close to 1 o'clock our time.
About 1 o'clock, but yeah, I'm up.
But people, remember, and Sylvia will tell you, the people they got on the witness today are crooks, especially Cheryl Mack. I'm so glad oh God, I can't wait to hear what Dottie.
Well, I heard what Dottie has to say, but I'm not going to spill the beans.
No, don't spill the bean, because you remember, I've been telling you that Cheryl Mack got that rep in the music business for being a sneaky person. And a lot of people don't realize her son is London on the track. Her son did not get famous till after she left Rob, stopped working for Rob. Put 2 and 2 together. All right. I'm going back in the chat.
Got another call. Random speaking between this call.
All right.
No, I just wanted to say what Gucci said. You doing a good job, sis. Like, I know people got their own opinions and you bring people on, but the lawyer that you brought on, I actually like listening to her comments and everything. I did like the Good Morning America interview. I watched it. Cause you know my boy been busy.
Mom, so, this is Mama. That's Mama Randa.
So I actually got a chance to like chime in today on YouTube. I was like, okay, but yeah, you doing your thing, and keep doing it. Keep bringing awareness up, and keep bringing people that can say different things. Not everybody's gonna have the same opinions,
Yeah, and that's the thing. People gotta understand. Yes, this is a channel that's for Robert, but you gotta listen to some other things that doesn't feel good sometimes. It helps you to open up your mind about exactly what's going on. You know what I mean?
Right. And that's why, I like what you're doing. Like when you bring on people and different lawyers and stuff. And actually, honestly, you're like one of the channels that actually have the different lawyers that come on. People that are actually out and they're watching the case and they can give their opinions on it. And not everyone, currently not every lawyer or judge can give their opinion because of the ongoing situation, but they can sit here and they can talk about different things, general things.
Yeah. Okay, we got another call coming. Look like a Chicago call.
What's up, Dom?
Oh, hold on. I just missed
What's good, Mama Randa?
Hey, Mama Randa, don't play me. Oh no, it's silly.
Got a call, y'all. Got a call.
Okay, my bad.
Thank you for calling Infamous Sylvia. Who do I have the pleasure of speaking with?
Hi, Sylvia. Hi, everybody.
Hi.
This is Simbella.
Say the name again.
Simbella.
Hey, Simbella. How are you?
Good, Sylvia. I love you. You are the greatest. You, Spitting Fire, Next, and Danger. Y'all are doing a very good job. But what I wanted to say is that, I don't want anybody to get offended, but when you're raped, you don't go back. I don't care if it's money, shopping spree, massages, you don't go back. Nobody keeps going back when they have been accused of the stuff that R. Kelly been accused of. Mm-hmm. And the women keep going back. So if nobody has read between the lines or read between the lines about that, these women are lying. Mm-hmm. But I wanted to say we love you down here in South Carolina, and we got people watching you right now from South Carolina. So my hat's off to you.
Hey, South Carolina.
Yes, we're in the house. So we watch you every night transcript. We work from home, but we're still watching you.
Oh, thank you so much. I appreciate you. Thank you for the views. Thank you for the likes. And keep sharing it, okay? So
I will.
Keep spreading the word.
You enjoy your night. I'll be up late tonight watching y'all as well.
Okay. Thank you so much.
You.
All right.
You're welcome.
Bye-bye. Okay, there's a couple calls I've been calling the Chicago call. Go ahead on Chicago before Randa and the rest of them start talking.
Hey, Sylvia.
Hello.
Hi, Randa. Hi, Dom K. How is everybody doing?
Hey, I'm good.
I was putting in the chat, it was way back when they were saying that Rob had herpes. Now, I've been in retired homicide detective, and I did do some work with the government, but I will tell you one thing. One thing they will not do because of lawsuits, they are not going to put a person with herpes or any STD or any kind of communicable disease, in general population. That there tells a lot. And then as far as these women, Rob felt sorry for them. That's what I feel. he felt sorry for him, but he did not sleep with them women. Azriel wanted that. A few people wanted, to be the number one, but I don't believe that he slept with them, because if Azriel would have slept with him at all, I do believe she wouldn't have slipped up when her and Joy had a fight and she said to Joy, "I'm going to put you in jail for sleeping with a minor." She didn't say, she said, "You're going with your boyfriend and I'm going to put you in jail, not y'all, you." So sometimes you just got to let people talk. And when they talk, trust me, they normally tell on themselves. So that's pretty much all I have to say. Can you hear me? Nod your head, yeah. I don't know if I'm even speaking.
Yes, I hear you. I hear you. Yeah, I hear you. I respect your knowledge and opinion for sure.
Hold on, I'm trying to get it. I
respect.
don't have my is it something wrong?
No, you're good. You're good. I think Dottie just said the
I
prosecution
can't
has
hardly
officially rested
hear.
their case.
Why can't I hear y'all?
Okay, you might have to go out and come back in.
Now what the come on now, I'm almost 60 years old. Are you serious? How do I go out, come back? Okay, so push this leave.
Yeah, just end the link and then there you go. So I respect her opinion, but I'm looking at Dottie. She said that they officially rested their case and the defense has to cross-examine their witness on Monday, which is the last witness, which was, I'm assuming, Cheryl Mack, on Monday. And then probably the second half of that day.
Tell him now.
I believe I can fly. I believe I can touch the sky. Kale's coming home, everybody.
Yes, he
and
is.
And shout out. I need everybody to shout that lady out. Diane, let's make it ring, y'all. Let's make it pull her name down. Let's make the feds see. There would be no line today.
I feel you.
Yes. How everybody doing?
How's it going? So what is your take on the attorneys today that came on?
Oh, you know what? I just came in. I ain't even hearing, but what he say? What y'all want me to know?
The attorney I was just here. Did you hear? We might have to go back and watch it.
I seen the lady on GM this morning. I thought she was amazing. I just want to tell y'all, when I saw her, I just was dancing all through the house, singing all Kale's music today.
Awesome.
I've been stepping all day in the name of love.
Okay. I feel you.
What you mean, okay? That's a sad okay. Could you say, okay? What's some enthusiasm?
Okay.
I'm right with you. I listen to his music every day.
I'm right here in the shop. And that's my boy Kale's. You understand? That's the real pipe. I'm ready for Kale to come home. I'm sick of these lies. They've been lies. Day one. I've been saying day one. I ain't want to hear that. Now, Kale's coming home. I'm real positive about that. Anytime I fly to New York to see Kale, I know he come home.
That's right. He's coming home.
I want everybody to just say, give that lady a big shout out. Her interview was so good.
Yes, it was.
So good.
It was.
And I went on all magazines and I comment and told them.
So you're gonna have to take a shot for Kale tonight.
Huh? Sorry.
He said you're gonna take a shot.
Yeah, you gotta take a shot for Kale tonight, huh?
All I wanted to do was sing, step in the name of love. Sylvia needs to put some music on.
You know I can't do the music now. You already said that. She told me I was dry, y'all.
And look at you. I see you wake up. Look at you. You look so beautiful. I said, look at Sylvia. And that talk I had with her really touched her. I want everybody to think positive. Kale's is coming home.
Yes, he is.
That man is anointed by God. God chose him. Didn't I tell you that, Sylvia?
Yes, you did. You did tell me that.
That man is anointed by God. So everybody needs to think positive. He coming home. Because they just been lying. And we as a people going to stand for Kale's.
Yeah, definitely.
You all are doing an amazing job. The lawyers I seen Kale's lawyer. because I was there when he crossed examined. Sylvia, no, he was cold, baby. He was cold.
Yes.
It's just that we as a people, we got to stand. We can't they say we cannot let the feds do this. What they are trying to do. They got a man love like on trial. This is crazy. I haven't seen nothing that makes sense. And I know everybody in the world none of this makes sense. It's not even making sense no more.
Dom want to know your name.
You want to know my name?
That's what Dom wants to know your name.
People in the chat want to know, not me. People in the chat want to know. Well, I do, but the people in the chat are asking.
Her name is Lorraine.
There you have it.
Why? Who want to know my name?
They was asking in the chat. They was asking in the chat.
You tell them people I've been an R. Kelly fan since he been singing on the L.
She's been an R. Kelly fan since she's been singing on the L.
On the L platform. That's how long I've been a fan.
Right.
She go way
years. And he's a good guy too, y'all. For real, for real. But he's human.
That's right.
He's a good guy. I'm telling you, I know him personally. He's a good guy. A very good guy. And he is a gentleman.
Yeah.
So y'all are women know what scorned women do when we can't hide what we want.
That's it. That's it.
We'll go and we'll destroy a man. And that's what they all look like because they couldn't hide him. I tell you, it's all the women's man. Because I've been my man for years. Every woman love R. Kelly. Yeah. Come on, stop playing. He ain't like woman. He ain't no woman man. Now, I never believed none of this stuff, and to this day, I still don't.
That's right.
I don't even believe Aaliyah. I don't believe the Aaliyah story. I believe that's when the major setup started.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yep. I believe that because he really didn't understand the business. He really didn't understand the business when it was the Aaliyah term, and they really played them. That's when the play played out. I really believe that from my heart.
Yeah.
And everybody just been using this story.
You could tell now it was a publicity stunt because they married, they got divorced the next day. I mean,
at the time, you know, young girls were trending with older men.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. Mm-hmm. My daughters never went to Kenwood, and they were some beautiful girls. And guess what? They ain't never get them.
Yeah, yeah.
So I'm not understanding this.
Yeah. I
lived in Hyde Park, and it's crazy. And people's got to understand this is crazy. And that story from Aaliyah, people's been eating off of it, and eating off of it, and eating off of it, and eating off of it. Mm-hmm. I don't believe it. Mm-hmm. I believe that was a setup right there.
Yeah. Well, Lorraine, we got another caller. We got another caller online because I'm about to close down in a minute because I want to get Dottie on. So I have another caller waiting on.
Okay.
Thank you for calling, Lorraine. Love you too. I'm going to save this number as your number now. I got your number.
Okay. You got it. Okay.
All right. Nice. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
I missed a lot of calls, y'all. Hold on a second.
Hey, but that's dope though. Shout out to Lorraine.
Thank you for calling Infamous Sylvia. Who do I have the pleasure of speaking with?
Hi, my name is Nadine, and I live in Gary, Indiana.
Hi, Nadine.
And I just want you to know the aura that surrounds your whole entire being is astronomical, and I really appreciate you for helping Robert Sylvester Kelly.
Thank you.
And if I ever needed someone like you, I wish that it would be you to help me the way you are helping him.
Okay, you're gonna make me cry. You gotta stop it now.
Your soul is sold to the brightest star in the midnight sky, and I know Robert would love you for that. Thank you.
You know it's people put tears in my eyes when you. Okay, thank you.
I'm sorry. No, I'm not sorry for making you cry because you deserve every salty tear that comes out of your whole entire soul. You're a beautiful soul, and I appreciate you.
Thank you.
And I bless you, and God has blessed you. Your whole aura is so bright. Thank God for you.
Thank you.
I'll call in again sometime, okay? Because you are wonderful.
Thank you.
All right, you have a good night, and stop with the teary stuff. You about to make me cry, lady.
I can't help it.
Night. Good night.
Thank you for calling in. Yeah,
Thank you.
Oh, man.
Thank you. Bye.
You're doing an awesome job, Sylvia. It's all good.
Thank you for calling Infamous Sylvia, who I have the pleasure of speaking with.
Hey, Infamous Sylvia, I just want to stop by and say, this is Orissa Michelle.
Hey, Orissa.
Hey, I just want to stop by and say, good job. It was a good video tonight, very informative, and praying for Kelly every day. Taking a beating for him, and you know, it is what it is. I don't care if I get blocked and delete or whatever over him. I do believe he is innocent of these charges, and that's what I'm going to stick with.
Thank you, Orissa. Thank you.
You're welcome. Y'all have a good one.
You too. Good night.
Bye-bye.
Good night.
It's all good, Sylvia. You're doing a good job.
Stop crying. You proud of yourself. You don't even know who this is, do you?
No, I don't.
It's Skylar.
How's it going?
Hey, how you doing?
What up,
Skylar?
Skylar?
Way over here. Yeah, you should be proud of yourself. The people are giving you accolades like that. I know it's touching, but you are doing a good job.
Thank
You're doing
you.
a real good job.
Thank you.
But I just wanted to say this, even though I didn't hear the whole thing the lady said, but she was spot on. I liked how she answered the questions. There was a point where I came in and she gave like I'll call it hey Dom K, hey chat, everybody. She gave like a politically correct, for lack of a better word, like a statement. Because it was my question about the public outcry thing, but I'll talk about that another time. But she gave a politically correct statement, then came back when she saw Joycelyn Williams, and shout out to Joycelyn for getting her to see that. She came back and gave a spot on statement in regards to exactly what happened in regards to how they went after Kel. But she was a very good speaker. Shout out to that lady, and shout out to you. You're doing a good job. I just wanted to make sure I came on because I tried to get to your channel. I said, this is the time. So, but be blessed. You're doing a great job.
Thank you,
and
sir.
everybody be safe.
Thank you, Skylar. Thank you.
All right. Take care, Skylar.
Bye.
What's good, Randa? Yo.
She's
Randa.
muted. She muted herself.
Oh, okay. Thank you for calling in, Skylar. You right. You muted, Randa.
Girl, you better stop that darn crying. My bad, y'all. That's why I came on here. You better stop crying, girl. I be having to tell Sylvia, y'all. She just be boo-hooing. And see, Dom, he up here, but he can't say stop crying, Sylvia. Don't do that.
Hey.
Dom would just sit here. Look, Dom would just sit here and be like, it's okay, Sylvia. Just It's okay. You're doing awesome. You're doing. Girl, stop crying.
Hey,
Stop all that
gotta
boo
let them out.
hooing.
Hold
She
on.
can let it out when she get off live.
Somebody's calling. Hold on.
313 crying too.
313 laughing at me because I'm telling her to stop crying.
Thank you for calling.
Danny,
It's Sylvia. Who do I have the pleasure of speaking with?
Yeah, good evening. How you doing? Let me
Okay.
turn my TV. My name is Rhonda,
Hey, Rhonda.
and I'm calling from Chester, Pennsylvania. And I have so much love for you and all the rest. And I just want y'all to say something, all of y'all. I'm blessed. I'm positive. I'm strong. In the name of Jesus. Thank you, Miss Sylvia, for being you. Okay?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Have a safe one, all of y'all.
Okay, thank you.
All right, take care.
All right, this is what I'm gonna need Sylvia to do before she answers another call. I need you to wipe your eyes and stop crying. I need you to gather yourself. And Dom, you ain't gotta worry about crying behind the scene. I know you crying behind that black screen. It's okay, Dom.
Hi, Sylvia. How are you?
I don't cry.
I'm good. How are you?
But I
Okay,
respect it.
hello, Dottie.
Hey,
Hello,
Lottie.
Rhonda, baby. Hello, Don K. You better cry
Hello.
here. I don't like when
How's it
you
going?
cry. You make me cry.
I'm
Don't
sorry.
do that.
I'm sorry.
You are awesome.
I'm sorry.
You are awesome. And I love everything you are doing. Everything. And you know my situation.
Yeah, I know.
But we gonna get together next week.
Okay.
And we're gonna go out and eat lunch. Just don't be on me, okay?
Okay.
Stop those damn tears, okay?
Okay, I will stop.
That's what I'm saying, Carla. Tell again.
Okay. All right.
Okay?
Okay.
I love you.
I love you too.
Okay.
Okay, thank you.
Hello, everyone in the chat. Stop
How's
laughing,
it
Rhonda,
going?
baby.
Look, I had to. Hey, somebody else got to tell her stop crying.
She got tears coming out of my eyes. And I
Look,
don't
that's
know
what I'm saying. She be making everybody else emotional. And y'all know I ain't crying.
and she needs to stop worrying what people say about her. And I tell her
Exactly.
that all the time.
I tell her that too.
So give those people that talk about you, tell them the kids show knew what you know what.
Okay.
Now I mean that. I can't say what I want to say. I'm gonna respect your channel.
Okay.
So I'm gonna say good night to everybody. I may fall asleep because I had surgery today and I'm in a lot of pain, so I may not be able to get on when you and Dottie get on. But we'll catch you tomorrow.
Feel better.
Speedy recovery.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Good night,
Yeah, I hope
everyone.
you heal. All right,
Thank you,
take
John
care.
K.
Sylvia, what time was Dottie landing?
In the 1 in the morning our time. Is she still
Eastern,
on?
so that's 1
It's gonna
a.m.
be
I think
Eastern.
she said they were just flying. They were just taking off, I think she said.
Okay.
Sylvia,
Yes.
you're making me, I'm just crying. He's coming out.
Oh, I know he's coming out.
Me and you already had these talks behind the scenes, and you know it is. I just love all of y'all. Like we have fought each other just like family. We fought each other, like we've been through so much. And I just pray that when he comes to Chicago, I just pray that I get to meet all of you. And we just keep in touch. This doesn't have to be the end. We can help other people. We can. This has been a trying time. for all of us. And I do love you, but you are a sweet person. You are. And there was times, I was so mad at you and Randy. I could have choked y'all, but I love y'all now. But I could have choked y'all.
Dang.
Girl, when you put, he told me y'all doxed me, but it was that Saturday.
I don't even know you like that.
Secret sisters. But when y'all were, you remember Randall.
I would say secret sister, not to cut you off, but I would just say, that's for another live, in my opinion.
Well, and I also wanted to ask you, no, that's not, it was leading to something else. And so what I was saying was we have come such a long way. And I'm in Tennessee. I'm down here on some medical issues and stuff like that. But I just want to know, I just pray that I get to meet all of y'all, because I already feel the energy. Sylvia, you do have a strong energy field. I promise you. And now on a lighter note, I just wanted to know if you would, my husband, he's dropping, Pretty Ricky. I think all of y'all know that. He's coming out, and I just wanted to know if you can like play just a snippet of it to lighten us up for a minute, and then we can cry again. I'll put it in the chat, or I don't know.
The only one song I normally play here is only Pastor Peter, because those songs don't cause anything on me.
Oh, no. This is copywritten, and this is not no cussing. This is my husband. Girl, I'm almost 60. Remember, I'm the oldest. So it's none of that. It's like the positive kind of rap back in the day. But if it's not, I just was, I'm just out here being an A&R. That's all. Randy, I'll be shooting that to you for you to play on there, okay? Because I do understand the different platforms. I know Randy's the cut up, and this is where I come for my soul and my spiritual cleansing through the week.
Yeah, I would say a different live, but definitely send that to Sylvia, in my opinion.
Oh, you got actually, you know what? DJ played it today. They loved it.
Okay. That's
yeah,
awesome.
he played it. I don't know why everybody goes live at the same time, but are you feeling okay, sis?
Yeah, I'm good.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I'm good.
Well, I gotta hear that wicked laugh before I go. Go ahead, get your laugh. So go ahead, Brandon, make her laugh.
Okay, I'm good.
Well, that was the best I could get. I love it. So I'll be contacting y'all later. Okay.
Okay.
I love you.
Samantha, you funny.
Y'all are crazy. Thanks for coming on, Secret Sisters. Shout out to you.
Randy, you crazy? Okay, let me play.
Randall will make you laugh without even making you laugh.
This is the message from Peter to Rhoda, from Nigeria to America. Stay in the faith that your mama left the name was Christ. Brother, even though you were thinking you were losing it all, you might not even know that your Father in heaven is here. Remember, when you look around your life, you sign how he took you from that utter ground. On your knees in your pool of blood, how he showered down on you with God. how he healed you of cancer, how he blessed your family with kids, how he made your mountain big apart. This is the message from Peter to Robert, from Nigeria to America, yeah. Stay in the faith that your mama left you in with Christ. My brother, even though you were thinking you were losing it all, you might not even know that your Father in heaven is here. Remember, when you never knew him all your life, you only go to church on Easter days. Even though he took your mom, you know, you were not the only one out there. Many died, but you live today. Touch the lives of all the stars and times. Wrote them songs, producing for them. Giving life to helpless children. Helping you to lift up Africa. This is the message from Peter to Robert, from Nigeria to America, yeah. Stay in the faith that your mama left you in with Christ. My brother, even though you were thinking you were losing it all, you might not even know that your Father in heaven is here. Remember, if you see them in their darkness, do not fret yourself to look at them. Even if they appear the richer, you are greater than they are, you know. Even if they offer you money, even if they offer you that fame, even if they offer you position, even if they offer you the greatest deal, they may not give you Grammy, but you know your friends believe in you. You don't need no bad society. You're stronger cause it's there for you. Jesus Christ is watching you every day, and I think he's proud of you right now. This is the message from Peter to Robert, from Nigeria to America, yeah. Stay in the faith that your mama left you in with Christ. My brother, even though you were thinking you were losing it all, you might not even know that your Father in heaven is here. Don't you giving, don't you giving, don't you giving, don't you giving to them now. I believe you can fly. The storm is over. Don't you giving, don't you giving, don't you giving to them now. The Father has it all. He loves you. Stay in. I'm coming on for. Remember. This is for Robert Sylvester Galley. I can see you walking out through that open door. This is for Robert Sylvester Galley. Make your way and get out to the place where you belong. Here's the light, yo, the tunnel empty. For the wicked people, do 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 yo. Do 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 do, eh. Do 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 do, eh. Do 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 do, eh. America, free Macaulay, son of the Most High. I'm standing up for Robert Kelly. African, stand up for Kelly. Jerusalem, stand up for Kelly. Free Macaulay. Standing up for Robert Kelly. Africans, stand up for Kelly. Everybody, Jerusalem, stand up for Kelly. We are free Macaulay. This is for Robert Sylvester Kelly. God has heard your crying, has come to change it all. It's not been easy from your beginning. From your foundation, God is gonna walk it all right. Hey, you liars, will not you Kelly? To the betrayers, they're do 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 yo. Do do do, hey, do do do, hey, do do, hey. America, no way, free Macaulay, son of the Most High. Standing up for Robert Kelly. African, stand up for Kelly. Jerusalem, stand up for Kelly. Free Macaulay. Standing up for Robert Kelly. African, stand up for Kelly. Jerusalem, stand up for Kelly. Everybody, free Macaulay. Freedom for our Kelly. Freedom for our Kelly. Oh, oh, oh. Freedom for our Kelly. Freedom for Kelly. Free our Kelly. Son of the Most High. Oh yeah. Do 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 do, eh. Oh yeah. Do 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 do, eh, eh. Do do do, eh. America. Set it free. Set it free. Do 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 do, eh. Set it free. Do 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 do, eh. Do 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 do, eh. America. Free our Kelly. Son of the Most High. Standing up for Robert Kelly. Africans, stand up for Kelly. Jerusalem, stand up for Kelly. Free Macaulay. Standing up for Robert Kelly. Africans, stand up for Kelly. Jerusalem, stand up for Kelly. Free Macaulay. Standing up for Robert Kelly. Africans, stand up for Kelly. Jerusalem, stand up for Kelly. Free Macaulay. Son of the Most High. Why idea? Set him free, y'all. He's my brother. He's a good man. We all love him in Africa. He's touched millions of lives. Robert Sylvester Kelly, congratulations. You're out. You're out, man. Thank you, Jesus.
Thanks everyone for being here. We're gonna come back later when Dottie gets off the plane so we can get an update of what happened in court. Thank you, everybody. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate
Absolutely.
everyone. I appreciate you
All right.
guys. All right. Sorry,
All right, Sylvia.
Dom, I'm sorry I made it a little bit too somber in here. I apologize.
Nah, it's all good. Hey, do you? I ain't tripping. Also though, again, keep doing great work. I just saw that Tasha K actually she's live, but she threw in R. Kelly in the title, so I'm not sure what she's speaking about or whatnot, but just thought I would tell you that.
Yeah. But guys, we'll be
All
back
right, so
later.
I'll see you guys later.
I'm good, y'all. I just get emotional because everything that's happening, and I don't believe everything that we're doing is in vain. God is going to prevail at the end. It's just some days, we feel it some days. So,
Facts.
love
All
you
right,
guys.
I'll see you guys later on the next
All
one.
right. Bye, guys.
All right, Sylvia. Chat. Take care.
Bye. Thanks, Don.